You see what that says? 39 degrees. That's the temperature right now. And yet here I am, outside. It's a little chilly. Hi everybody. I'm Stephanie, the Ivy House Crafter. And my time here filming outside is quickly drawing to a close, but I'm staying out as much as I can. Mostly because filming these videos is kind of the only outside time I get. I'm really a homebody. I stay inside most of the time, so it's nice to get myself outside sometimes. Let's see. It's been a pretty good week. I've been cross-stitching, I've been doing some knitting. So I'm just gonna... Oh, no. Before I jump into showing my whips, I wanted to share that this is my birthday month. I meant to say that last week for my video. Oh, the sun is in my eyes. There's no place in the shade that I can film at this point. But yeah, it's my birthday month. My birthday this year is just after Thanksgiving, so looking forward to that. And it being birthday month, with my next update video, this is really... with my next update video, I'm going to be doing a giveaway, so yeah, keep your eye out for that. And this is... my eyes water in the sun, so if it looks like I'm crying at any point, I'm just so happy to be in the light. It's, yeah, it's just really bright out here. So, now that I've gone that far, this week I worked on Summertime Sampler. This is one of my little seasonal samplers that I designed, and it's available in my shop. I already completed Springtime Sampler, and that was a lot of fun. So this time I had the top border done and the green part of like this much done, and then the pink like about to here. And so I finished the border and did a little bit on the inside, so I'm gonna get that out. Ta-da! Finished the border, added these flowers for the hummingbird and this darling hummingbird. Let me just bring that up a little closer. Isn't it so sweet? And I added these sunflowers. So yeah, I spent a couple days working on this. I am just thrilled with how this hummingbird turned out. I think it is just darling. I love it. And I'm excited to keep working on this piece and see how it continues to shape up. So that was Summertime Sampler. Just put that there. The next piece I work on was While Lilies Flourish. And the last time I showed this piece, I had worked on this green part here and outlined the borders of all the people and the sheep. And so when I got it out this time, I filled in those little characters. Just kind of fold it over so there's less shine through. It is just so cute. When I finished this first sheep, I was just like, look at the sheep, Jeff, look at it! I was showing my husband. And he's like, yeah, that's a pretty cute sheep. Most of this I am stitching with one strand of floss. We live near an airport, and so we get planes. And yeah, sorry about that. So most of this I am stitching with one strand of floss over 18 count Aida. But for the ecru in the sheep, I'm using 2 strands of floss. I don't know how much you'll be able to see, but it adds just a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a 3D effect. It gives it a little bit of extra texture, something. Anyway, so I put in all the sheep, and I put in little Mr. Mansplain and little Miss I don't give a darn what you're saying. That's what it looks like they're doing. He's like mansplaining something to her, and she's like, oh no you didn't. That's not how I intended it when I designed it, but that's what it looks like. Kind of funny. Anyway, so that is how Wild Lilies Flourish is coming along. So this is the whole piece as it looks right now. Really loving that. Okay. Last week, in my update video, I talked about how Teresa Kitten Stitcher is selling some of Brenda Key's patterns in her online shop, and I showed my bird sampler and was reminded, oh yeah, I really love that one. So I got that one out to work on this week too. And for this piece, I filled in some of these leaves down here in the border. And this is just so much fun to work on. The leaves can get a little bit tedious though. I think originally I was planning on doing like all of the border and then all of the flowers and then the birds and then saving all the leaves for last. But there's so many of them, and it can get a bit monotonous or tedious, so I'm just kind of filling them in a little at a time here and there, and that way I'm not faced with an entire border's worth of probably hundreds of leaves all at the end. So that part is coming alive and looking really pretty. So again, this pattern is available in on the Kitten Stitcher website, and I will link that below because it's so pretty, and there's a lot of other Brenda Key's patterns available there too, and just lots of cool stuff. Okay, that is all the cross stitch that I worked on. I took a couple days for each of those. No, I did 1 day on the bird sampler, and then 2 days on Wild Lilies Flourish, and 2 days on the summertime sampler. And then I also worked on some other stuff. I've been doing some knitting. My family, since I was little, we have there's 8 of us in my family. I have 7 siblings, and my parents wanted us to, you know, give each other gifts and you know, be generous and giving and loving for Christmas. But having to get gifts for 7 other siblings, that's quite a lot to ask for one kid, and so we kind of had to have a rotation. So like 1 year I'll get a gift. I'll do a gift for my oldest, you know, my older sister, and then the next year I have my younger sister, and the year after that the brother that's under that, and we just, you know, 1 sibling each year. So this year I have my oldest younger brother and his family. He has a wife and a little baby, and I thought that I would make them hats because that's simple and fun, and you know, shows that homemade touch that I like. So I'm working on my sister-in-law's hat right now. I'm using the super simple hat pattern that let's see, I've made a couple hats from that before, and it's the pattern that was put together for the words and names, Friday Off the Grid, teaching Ginger Gerald how to knit. And so her friend was designing like super simple knitting patterns, and this was the hat pattern created for that series of videos. I'm stitching it with Red Heart with Love metallic in the color charcoal, and so it's got like this little bit of metallic going through it, and it's sparkly and really pretty. and this is what I have on it so far. Look at how fun and sparkly that is. I'm contemplating getting more of this yarn and making a hat for me because I really like this. But I think it'll look really good on her as well. So this is the hat that I'm making for my sister-in-law, and then I'll be doing a brown one for my brother and a bright blue one for their little boy. So those will be really cute. Let's see. The other thing that I worked on this week, I showed my punch needle fox last week and mentioned that I really want to do a sloth because I love sloths. And so this week I drew out a sloth punch needle pattern. Isn't he so cute? And I have like the colors written in that I'm going to use. And so that is going to be really fun. I think it's going to be adorable. It'll be bigger than the fox. The fox was like this big. And so this is a bigger punch needle pattern. And so I needed to go get floss for that. So I went to Joann's, and while I was there, I picked up this embroidery stitching tool, which is essentially a punch needle. The one that I have that I got from my husband that I did the fox with, that was a 6-ply tool, so it's a thicker needle, and for use with 6 strands of embroidery floss, and this one is smaller. This is a 3-ply tool, so I think with this one I can get more detail and just, you know, a different look. So I was excited to find that, and I think that I would like to use that for the face and get more detail in there. I don't know how much of like this I'll be able to get as far as detail. I don't know if I'll be able to get that little smile, which is so cute. But even if not, it would still look super adorable. And also with the claws, I don't know, or the toes, claws, whatever you want to call them, I don't know how much detail that will be, or if it will just be a big black blob. But it will still be adorable, so I'm wanting to put some work into that this week, get that started. Also, while I was at Joann's, I didn't bring this out to show, but I got 3 pieces of white 28 count Monaco, and I'm going to try dyeing them. So we'll see how that goes. I've watched like videos of Candy Stitches dyeing fabric, and then recently Jen Upton put up a video on how she dyes her fabrics, and now I've just got the itch to try my hand at dyeing and see how that goes. So yeah, I'm going to try that and show what I've been able to accomplish when I get that done. So yeah, I think that I've covered everything. My birthday's coming up. I'm gonna have a giveaway next week. I'm hoping to make it to Shepherd's Bush sometime before next week, and you know, hopefully have something fun from there to give away. My whips, I don't have any finishes, my punch needle, my knitting. Yeah, another short one because I keep not bouncing around as much as I have in the past, but I hope you all have a wonderful stitching week and stitch everything that you love, and I will see you next week. Happy stitching. Bye. Just a little bonus. Here are the famous wind chimes. They were actually here when we bought the house. I didn't buy these, they came with the house, and I love them. So, yeah. You're welcome.